Good evening. It's Brian back with you here at Warning Entertainment, and this is the third segment that I'm doing since I've been back, and I'm having a lot of fun with it, reintroducing some movies that maybe you haven't seen in a long time, talking about independent films, and talking about some of the most disturbing films that I have in my collection. I'm going to continue with that because there's a lot more disturbing films in my collection that I'd love to talk about, and the problem is I don't know where they are in the collection because my closet that I'm still working on here in this brand new condo that we just purchased, which I'm loving, by the way. We've been here 6 months now, and it's great. It's just it's taken a little bit of time to get used to, but it's only because I was in my last place for almost 20 years. So moving from somewhere that I've been for so long into a new place was just really kind of a shocker. It's just like I just didn't feel at home for quite a long time. Not that I really miss the old place. It's just the fact that the change was taking a long time to get accustomed to, but now I'm feeling it. I feel good, and I feel at home, and I love my new closet for the movies, for the 30,000 plus movie collection that I have. It's a perfect closet. It's a huge walk-in with lots of shelves. Still not going to hold everything. I'm probably going to have to put some stuff on the floor, but that's all right. I can handle that. Anyway, I was going to talk about a movie that kind of came and went. Actually, it was two movies that kind of came and went, and I would really love to see somebody revive it, but unfortunately, you don't even hear about it anymore. It's like it just it was there, it was popular to an extent, and then it, after the second film, it just disappeared. You never heard another thing about it. And that is Laid to Rest from 2009. The second film was called Chrome Skull Laid to Rest 2 from 2011. And both movies were amazing, directed by Robert Hall, who not only was a director, but he was also the effects artist he and his team did all the effects for the film. This is like a high-tech slasher film that really laid into the practical gore effects big time. And I'm telling you, the effects in this were very, very amazing. I mean, some just pulling off stuff that you have never seen in a horror movie before, as far as gore effects and the places that knives can go, and it's just crazy. Chrome Skull is the main, is the villain in this. He's basically the slasher in this. He's this high-tech Jason Voorhees type who glues a chrome skull mask on his face and goes around killing people. He's got a camera mounted on his shoulder, and he records every kill he does, and he drives around in this really nice Hearst. The movie is really odd. You're scratching your head through the whole thing trying to figure out exactly, well, where does this guy come from? What is he killing for? What is his purpose? And it's a lot of fun, needless to say, regardless of backstory that's not there. It's really left in the dark as far as what this guy is all about, especially in the first film. Once you get into the second film, they start revealing a little bit more about the guy. And he's actually connected to some group called the Organization, which is some high-tech group that operates like some kind of a high-tech, I don't even know exactly what their purpose was exactly. And to be honest with you, I haven't seen the second movie in a long time. And like I said, I haven't been able to find it because it's hidden in my collection somewhere. Otherwise, I'd probably watch it tonight to kind of get a little bit more accustomed to it again, or familiar with it again, because I haven't seen it in several years. So But anyway, these were fun movies. Now, what happened is in, I think the third movie was actually going into production, or at least they were thinking about it. Robert, in the commentary in the second film, did reveal that the third film was going to really start digging into the origin of Chrome Skull. Talk about a little bit more about where he comes from, what he's about, who he maybe who he is, that kind of thing. But the kills are brutal, brutal, brutal. The second movie really lays on the gore big time, and it's a lot of fun. And I mean, this guy had potential to be the next, you know, at that time anyway, to be the next horror slasher icon, you know, along with, you know, Scream, you know, the Ghost Face, and maybe Art the Clown, but Art the Clown became the next one. But this guy probably would have been there with him if Robert hadn't passed, and that's what happened. Robert Hall passed away in 2021, and that's another thing, you know, everything went with him. I mean, it's like when he died, laid to rest, got laid to rest, basically. It just disappeared. Nobody tried to revive it. Nobody wanted to touch it. And I mean, it was really Robert's baby. And I think people were kind of like, you know what, let's just leave it, you know. And even though fans are really, or have been screaming to see this get revived, and see the third film finally get out, but I don't think everybody really knew exactly what Robert wanted to do with it, and I'm not sure what the rights situation was or what was going on with that. So it's really a sad story with this franchise. It could have really gone somewhere. This guy had so much potential. He was creepy. The kills were great. He used these knives that were really cool. The skull face was great. You know, it was just a fun, interesting, spooky, scary, gory couple of films that really did it for me. I loved it, and I just couldn't understand why it didn't take off again, you know, even after he passed. But I think everybody decided to just lay it to rest, and that was the end of it. Also, there's no information online about what happened to Robert, whether he had, you know, an illness or what. There was nothing. It's just that the family decided to keep it private, and this went with him. And so the second film, I mean, these both are still very much available. This one here happens to be an old Blockbuster film. You can see the hole down here. I actually had to clog this up. I actually got this. I mean, I bought the second one on my own, but I got this in a compilation, not a compilation, but a box of films that I bought from a guy. He was just getting rid of his collection, and he had a bunch of old Blockbuster movies, and they're durable as hell. Those rentals, man, you couldn't hurt those things. I mean, you could run them over with a car and they'd play fine. Just crazy durable, and these will last forever. So I was glad to get it, but the guy had cockroaches, and when I opened it, this is the old, you know, where they had the theft device or something like that at Blockbuster, and so when they take it out, it leaves a hole, and the cockroaches had climbed inside the case, and they died in there, and they had been crawling around and shitting and everything else, and they fucked everything up. The disc they got underneath the disc where the disc sits on top, and they fucked all that up. But I cleaned it up, and it plays fine. Plays all the way through everything. It's got lots of special features. It's got commentary, everything. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, check it out. Laid to Rest and Laid to Rest 2.